Is it working? Okay, so I got asked about this. What is the Shin Akuma in old school Guilty Gears? And I guess I'm gonna show it off, right? Shin Akuma is a thing I found way back in the old Guilty Gear days, and I know some people are complaining about, how about this? If you guys ever find something in a game, you can call it whatever you want. I don't take video games as seriously as you guys. I think that's what really gets people mad. I don't take games as seriously as other people, and I know I've done more than them, so maybe that makes people mad. But I call things nutsack loops. I call it the cyber pussy link, whatever, dude. I call things funny things because that's what I wanted to call it, right? I mean, Shinakuma sounds easy because it allows you to double air fireball, right? And you can cancel your recovery. So what really is the Shinakuma, though, is basically, and I'll try to show in this video, so you got to remember that the air fireball has 2 points of recovery, okay? So it has the regular fireball air recovery that you'll be able to see, and then it also has the ground recovery, right? So you'll be able to see in the video, so Kai will jump, and he has just the air fireball recovery, and you'll see that right before he hits the ground, there is a split second where you recover. But if you recover, but if you hit the ground though, then you have a second set of recovery. And it's funny when people are talking about that, trying to act like they knew what I was talking about, like, oh, you got a super jump to Shinakuma. That just shows that you guys could never do it, because you can still Shinakuma in newer games if you super jump and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So this just shows you obviously could not time it back in the day, right? So you only have like a few frames to do it, right? And the whole point is you don't want to super jump, because if you super jump, then you have to do the bug where you cancel your recovery with a bug, basically, right? Like if so, remember how dust works in this game. Dust is a good example, right? So if we see how the dust work, dust also has 2 points of recovery. Dust has the recovery of the move itself in the air, and then there's the recovery of the move when it lands on the ground, right? And then if you air dash, which remember, if you're just super jumping, unless you jump installed, right? Because we're thinking about Shinakuma as also a neutral tool, right? That's why it's actually fun, right? If you air dash, you then have to use a bug to cancel your recovery, which I show, right? So that's why super jumping isn't that pointful for this, right? The whole fact is that it's actually possible, and it's only possible within a few frames, right? To do this off a normal jump. And since you normal jumped and you're using it in neutral, then you can jump and you don't have to worry about doing a bug to cancel your recovery. So anyway, that's basically what Shinakuma is, right? I mean, you got to remember how the game works. There's 2 points of recovery for certain moves, right? And you want to cancel the recovery so you don't have to go to the ground recovery, or else then you're going to have to use a bug. But anyway, it's actually really cool. Again, there's only a few frames to do it. And again, I'm only one of the only other people. Like I said, I found it way back in the day, in the Guilty Gear days. And then eventually a couple Japanese guys proved that they could do it in real matches as well. And then it was basically taken out of the game, and they made it so you could only do it as a super jump thing, or, which kind of defeats the purpose of it as like a neutral tool, right? So a lot of cool stuff you could do with it. You know what I mean? Kind of just be, neutral stuff, cool stuff with it, right? Protect yourself in different ways, pressure in different ways. It's something that's really fun. So it's cool that it's back in the game. But yeah, unfortunately in newer games, although it looks like it's back in Strive, although a little bit easier in a sad way, kind of, but they basically made it so you could only super jump though in newer games, which kind of defeated the purpose really of it as being a legitimate kind of strategy to be annoying. But that's the Shinakuma. You cancel your recovery, blah blah blah, and it allows you to do double air fireballs, cancel recovery, blah blah blah. You get the idea, I think, right? The end.